What's up? It's your boy Austin Rutherford back here again with my man Solomon Sparks from Columbus, Ohio. Appreciate you being here, brother.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
For sure. So I'm very excited to tell his story. I think it's going to resonate a lot, especially with the younger generation. So Solomon is a 22-year-old, and he's flipped 22 houses here in Columbus, Ohio. Very, very young to be doing what he's doing, which is incredible, man. But the cool part to me is the story of how he ended up getting there. And he did it through flipping sneakers. Made a ton of money, and we'll get into that here in a minute, but he knew he wanted to get into real estate and flip sneakers to get into it, which is crazy. So appreciate you being here, brother. Tell the audience, kind of who you are, where you're from, and what you do now.
Like he said, Solomon Sparks grew up here in Columbus, Ohio, a suburb actually, Hilliard. Like he said, man, started off flipping sneakers, so I go to sneaker events, buy out people's collections, post them online, whether it be Go, eBay, StockX, and buy them in person and sell them online.
What do you do now?
Flip houses, like you said. Invest in real estate, everything in between when it comes to real estate.
Cool, man. So I want to dive into kind of how it started. So let's just get the cat out of the bag, right from the jump. How long were you flipping sneakers for?
2 years, but it didn't take me 2 years to buy my first property.
Okay, and then you were what, 17, 18, 19 when you were flipping sneakers?
Started off about 18 and a half until I was about 20 and a half, so about 2 years.
And how much money did you make flipping sneakers? This is crazy to me.
Yeah, man. So, like he said, I was doing it for 2 years, and we actually just ran the numbers. I made about $261,000 flipping sneakers over 2 years.
Yo, wait a minute. 261 grand flipping sneakers. That's $134,000 a year.
Yeah. I promise you it wasn't easy, though. Promise you.
But as a teenager, you can make real money to get into this business. Now, what'd you do with that money? Did you go out and go to Vegas?
Oh, no, man. I was raised better than that. So, like I said, I didn't buy my first property 2 years into it. I ran up about 70 grand, was able to buy my first investment property as a condo on kind of the west side of Columbus, and just been rolling ever since then.
I love it, man. So flip the sneakers to get the capital to then start investing in real estate.
Got it.
I love it, man.
I didn't know nothing about no private money or hard money or anything. I just knew hustle.
I love it, man. I love it. So first house, how did it go?
So, like I said, it was a condo on the west side. Lady inherited it from her grandma. She lived in Cincinnati, and it was a hoarder house. Me and my buddy, Kyle Sider, shout out to my guy Kyle, we did all the work on that property except for a little bit. We cleaned it out, painted floors, learned a ton. First thing I learned was you definitely need people working on your properties. That's not the way to do the business. It's working on your own property. I promise you that.
Love it, man.
For sure.
So back to the sneakers real quick. How many shoes do you think you sold? 100, 1,000, 5,000?
I don't know. So the app that I sold on was GOAT. Okay. So what GOAT does is gives you...
GOAT?
Yeah, GOAT. It gives you 2 points for every sneaker that you sell. And right now I'm about 10,000 points or something like that. So
thousands of sneakers.
Yeah, more than 6,000.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did that look like? Like, where did you find the sneakers?
So I'll go to sneaker events like SneakerCon and some of the smaller local ones in the Midwest, and go there with cash because cash is obviously king of those things.
Yep.
Take these shoes back. I wouldn't sell any at the show, and I just post them all on Go and eBay and just cross list them. That's really how I did it. I mean, there wasn't too much to it. Also bought out sneaker collections like going offer up Facebook, Craigslist, post, I buy sneakers, just like you can see the I buy houses signs all over the place. And I literally bought probably four collections that were like 80 or 100 above from various people, mostly
100 shoes?
Yeah.
100 pairs of sneakers?
Yeah, mostly dope boys.
Hey, get it by any means.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so those like sneaker shows in different cities. You go there and somebody be selling some sneakers for $100. You'd be like, yo, I got 60 on it right now. Buy it for 60 and then go out online, sell it for 100, 150 bucks.
Yeah. So my usual deal looked like, a pair of Jordans, $100, sell it for 150, 160 bucks.
That's crazy. So one story. So going back to how people get into business, you gotta want something, right? You gotta have a goal and a desire and the work ethic to get there.
For sure.
So, I remember putting in 18, 20-hour days at times. So I remember you telling me a story about one time when you live in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
You drove to Texas.
Yep.
Why and what did you do there?
So
drove, by the way, didn't take a plane.
Yeah, so drove to Texas. There was a 2-day sneaker show, SneakerCon. It's the most popular one. You can go find them on Instagram. There's a 2-day show in Dallas. Drove down there in my little '08 Ford Escape. Yeah, man, I probably bought 140, 150 pairs that weekend, stuffed them all in there, and came back, man.
So drove down there and literally bought 150 pairs of sneakers and then drove all the way home.
Yep. Looking back at it, probably should have flown, shipped them back. But, hey, man,
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, for sure.
That's incredible, man. As an 18, 19-year-old kid, being able to make that much money flipping sneakers, and now you're turning it into flipping houses, making obviously a lot more money.
For sure.
Shout out to you, brother.
Appreciate that. And the thing is, I always had an end goal in mind. I mean, I wasn't just flipping sneakers to get money, pay the bills. I mean, you don't make that kind of money, just wanting to pay the bills. I mean, I had an end goal, and it was to, end up investing in real estate, buying houses, flipping or whatever. So that's why, I ended up making that kind of money because I was going as hard as I absolutely could.
I love it, man. So what's the goal in real estate now?
I want to buy apartment buildings. That's way down the line. But right now, just trying to, make my first in-house hire, that is.
You got virtual assistants?
Yeah, I got a couple virtual assistants, and my boy's been on me about getting somebody hired. So I'm working on that, getting an office space, and just trying to grow organically and do more.
I love it, man. I love it. So flipping sneakers to flipping houses. Hopefully we'll add a couple zeros over here.
Oh, for sure.
No, that's incredible, brother. So I guess biggest to the young people listening, biggest lesson or takeaway for them. When you were in that transition, making real money, what did that look like? What troubles and struggles did you have to go through as an individual?
Making real money. First thing, you gotta watch who your friends are, man.
Yeah.
People will hate. You're gonna have to end up cutting people off if you get successful, because misery loves company, and people are gonna try to drag you down if they'll see you leave them behind. That's the emotional, personal thing. But when it came to making more money, I mean, it was just you gotta kick it up a notch.
For sure.
You gotta kick it up a notch.
So going back to the friend thing, so I get a lot of messages, Instagram, YouTube, stuff like that. And people are like, man, my family that maybe doesn't support me. My friends don't support me. They're calling me a lame. I feel like I'm missing out on life because I can't go out because you're telling me to work all this time. That's part of growth. Mm-hmm. Outgrowing people is okay. I'm not saying cut everyone off and give them the middle finger. That's not what I'm saying here. But at some point, some people don't want growth. Mm-hmm. They don't want to put in the work. Mm-hmm. And you can't force somebody to put in the work.
100%.
So I love that, man. Cool. So when did you buy your first house?
October 3rd, 2018.
You got the date and everything. I love it.
Yeah.
So 2 years later, 22 houses deep. And, this is just the beginning for you, really.
For sure.
That's dope. So who's the next hire going to be? What does that look like?
A personal assistant, man. I find myself doing a bunch of daily BS and stuff that I shouldn't be doing, man. I'm just somebody, my right-hand man, I can, pass that off to, whatever.
For sure. And you said, kind of when making money, you just kind of got to level up. Mm-hmm. Part of that leveling up is understanding that money is meant to be invested, not blown.
Yeah, or hoarded.
Agreed.
Hoarded.
So, yeah, exactly. So I just made another video. It was, you can't save your way to retirement. No. Ask all the people that worked 60 years of their life away and are still saving and haven't even been able to retire. You have to be able to invest that money back into something that makes you money. So I applaud you as 18, 19, 20, making, multiple six figures, not going out there and blowing it and going to Vegas and walking in with the Gucci, Balenciaga, Louis, all those things.
Appreciate that.
Was that hard to do? Or did you always have that end goal in mind?
I always had, just because I had the end goal. I think an end goal is very, very powerful. If you're just working to work, pay your bills, get by, that's cool. I mean, more power to you. But if you have an end goal, there's a certain something that lights a fire up under your butt to get you up in the morning and
for sure
get you somewhere.
So what's your why, man?
My why?
I'm putting you on the spot.
We just had a conversation about this yesterday, literally. Or not? 2 days ago.
It was I think it was 2 days ago.
So I did some soul searching, man. Figured out my why was I really like to achieve, accomplish, and progress.
Okay.
And notice I didn't say anything about money, because it's really not about money. It's about seeing yourself do better than you did yesterday, last week, a month ago, 2 months ago. So I figured out that's 100% my why.
I love it, man. So growth. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Growth.
I love it, man. It's it takes a person to be able to again make that type of money and not want the artificial things. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like if you want the nice things, perfect. Go out there and make money, more than enough money to buy those nice things. Don't make $100 and spend $100.
For sure.
But I love that answer, bro.
Appreciate
I love
that,
it.
man.
I know you're close with your family too. Obviously,
100%.
you know, want to be able to take care of them.
Yep.
That's awesome. Cool. So in real estate, getting into real estate, because a lot of people, you know, want that dream to get into real estate. What were some of the lessons you learned along the way? Maybe bad buys, maybe bad hires. Like what were some of those lessons?
Like I said, the first project that I did, you definitely don't do all your work on the property. That was a nightmare. But shout out to my guy again, Kyle. Bro, I love you, man. You my dog. Lessons, man. Fire quickly. I mean, I was my third, fourth project. I had a contractor that was stringing me along. I'm glad it happened early in my career because it hasn't happened again, thankfully. But yeah, man, that was one of them. Man, just work, bro. Just work. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. That's it.
Man, say it again for the people in the back.
Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, I promise you.
100%. Maybe somebody was born into wealth. Maybe it was somebody who was born into a trust fund. Maybe it was somebody who was born into a real estate portfolio, but they got comfortable. And there's people out there hustling, prime example number one, to take those positions. So when you get, I say it all the time, a car, everyone says like I'm coasting, right? You can't coast on a flat surface. The car will eventually slow down. The only way to coast is when you're going downhill. That's the only way that you can coast. You always need to be progressing, which is what you said your why was. You like growth. You can't coast when you're in a growth mode.
Exactly.
I love that. So contractors, in real estate, contractors is a very difficult part about the business. So when things are not going right and they say, oh, I'm gonna be there on Friday, and they're not there on Friday, one of the lessons you had was firing them and getting somebody else in there to finish the job.
Like that. I mean, I gave this guy, so when we do a project, we sign a contract agreement that gives them a deadline. They lose X amount of dollars every day.
Yep.
I let them go over that deadline just because, you know, I was trying to get the job done. And I'm not a mean person, but I mean, I'll put my foot down if I have to, if something's going wrong. So yeah, definitely that.
For sure. So we have those deadlines in there as well. I personally don't normally hold them to it, but it definitely lights a fire under them because they don't want to lose money.
For sure. For sure. But I've gotten to a point now to where I try my best, my absolute best to build a great working relationship with these contractors because you don't want to turn them over, especially if they're good and reliable. I mean, reliability is your number one thing. They're going to show up and do what they say they're going to do.
100%. So I agree with that. Like contractors is a very hard part about the real estate business. So if you have a good crew around you, make sure that you take care of them because they're going to take care of you. If that means they give you a $300 change order, don't complain about the $300 change order. If that means you got to give them a $50 gift card to Mitchell's Steakhouse for Christmas so they can take their wife out, give them a $50 gift card to Mitchell's Steakhouse.
That's the biggest thing, man. These people take care of you. You have to take care of them, man. You have to pay them when the second they ask, within 24 hours. And just make sure you're taking care of them, man.
Do you ever bring like lunch over to the cruise, like some pizza or something like that?
I haven't, but my boy just made a TikTok where he brought Coronas over to that apartment building. Yeah. So I'm probably about to bite that. I have to do that.
Yeah. So only do Coronas on Friday afternoons, because otherwise it might get sticky. But I buy pizza for the guys at job sites all the time. So I'll buy pizzas for them. I'll bring out some sodas for them. But like when I used to run the job sites and manage all of them, I knew all the subcontractors by their first name. So when you walk in, you say, "What's up, John? What's up, Joe? Hey, Bill, how you doing today?" Like they feel like you care, and they're going to go over and beyond and not shortcut your job. Which at the end of the day, the only person that's hurting is you. You're going to be the one that has to foot the bill at the end of the day. 100%. So taking care of them, they take care of you.
100%.
I love it. I love it, man. So I know you said one of the goals is to get into apartment buildings.
Yep.
What else is next? Are you you're just going to keep flipping, build out a team, kind of take yourself out of it?
Yeah, so that's my short-term goal, 3-4 months. Like I said, my first hire is my right-hand man, my assistant. I went to go pick up tile today from Home Depot. Yep. So that's the guy who's going to pick up tile, do this, that, and the third for me.
Yep.
After that, it's definitely going to be a acquisitions guy. So acquisitions is somebody that buys the houses for you, puts them in contract, this, that, and the third. So that's definitely gonna be my second hire. And then after that, man, I really haven't thought too far ahead of that. It's just
it's 2 steps. Knock them out, and then the third step will present itself. So people always want that, like they need the full blueprint before they ever pull the first trigger.
Yeah, jump out the plane without the parachute and then build.
Jump. I say fire ready aim.
There you go.
Pull the trigger and figure the rest out later.
I like it.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
I guess the mental barrier, we talked a little bit on this, but the mental barrier with hiring that first person, to me, it was a cost. Like when I first hired, it was like, I can't afford that. Is that kind of the same position you've been going through, or what are your thoughts on hiring someone?
No, not at all.
Okay.
So my thoughts on it is I'm going to pay somebody X amount of dollars to work this job, and that X amount of dollars is going to be one deal out of the entire year.
Yep.
And I can, with them doing that with their time, I can do a ton more with my time.
Yep.
My time's better done with, buying deals.
Absolutely.
Until I get that
acquiring one more deal to pay for him.
If I acquire one more deal, man, he pays for himself.
Yep.
He or she pays for themselves. What was the other part of your question?
Why haven't you done it so far? Just have. So that's the thing though. Like sometimes you can hear something 100 times over, but finally when someone says it, hey, hire, it's like, all right, I gotta hire.
The conversation that we had a couple of days ago, bro, really clicked for me. So I've been just trying to figure out ways so I can hire, ways so I can get into not apartment building, an office, and just taking the next steps forward.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yep.
What's I guess so going from flipping sneakers, making a lot of money doing it, to real estate. What the biggest mindset shift, or was there a shift, or was it just business all the way across? You just went from flipping sneakers to flipping houses. More money.
Yeah, that.
More money.
Well, the thing is, it took me a while to transition from sneakers into real estate because I was kind of in a middle ground. I was where I was flipping a house or two at a time and still full-time sneakers. So, I mean, it really took myself saying, hey, I'm done with this. I'm going to burn the bridge, leave all that behind for a bigger thing that I was working for, the entire time that I was doing my business.
I love it. Did it pay off?
Oh, for sure, man. For sure, man. I'm making more in a month and a half than I did in a whole year. Flipping sneakers.
I love it, man. So there's a lot of people that are fearful of burning the bridge or taking that leap of faith, but it's a necessary evil to get to where you want to go.
When I say burn the bridge, it's not getting rid of the people that you used to work with in your old job, company, whatever you used to do, because I still love the people, man, that I used to work with. Like my guys that own a shop on 161 in Carl here in Columbus, Addicted to Kick, shout out to my guys. Man, they're still my homies, but I mean, I told him straight up, like, bro, I still love you. It's all love, but I mean, I'm at a different spot in life, and he understands that. So It's not about burning the bridges to the people. It's about burning the bridges to what you used to do.
100%. The old you.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. So how did you get educated in real estate? Like, was it just 100% trial and error? Did you read books? Did you watch YouTube? What did that process look like?
YouTube University, man.
That's it. I'm telling you, YouTube University is a game changer.
For sure. Man, it's just that I wanted it so bad, man. I was willing to do anything to learn about it, do this, that, and third. I mean, I read this book by Than Merrill, the Rehab Investing Bible or something like that. And that's really just what took me off. And I started going to meetups. My boy has a meetup here in Columbus. I started going to that. I really looked up to him, and I just kept on coming to him, and now he's my boy. So, I mean, it's just a matter of wanting it enough, to getting the education, 3, putting yourself around the right people.
I love it, man. That the book he said is the Real Estate Investing Bible. By Than Merrill. I think there's a wholesaling Bible and a real estate investing Bible. I'll link both of the books in the description below, so you can grab a copy of it. Cool. So what do you do? Personal development is big for me. I think for a lot of successful entrepreneurs, personal development is huge for those people. Mm-hmm. So what do you do on a daily basis to continue to grow yourself as an individual, which in turn grows your business?
Every night, the night before I'm about to do work or, something pertaining to work, I always map out my day the day before. Yep. So make sure that I put in my notes on my phone, I got to do this, and I can't do nothing until I'm done with all that stuff. Yep. Now, on top of that, I lift every morning. I mean, that's not really personal development.
That's personal. That's health. That's wealth.
For sure.
Health is wealth.
For sure. Health is wealth. Do that, and I don't really do too much in terms of personal development, man. It's sad.
You read books?
Not a lot, man. I do get on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, internet, and just look up new topics about real estate or try to brush up on the same topics I'm on. Just try to get a higher level.
For sure.
I guess personal development for me would just be learning, put myself around the right people too, man. Because my whole, I don't want to say friend group, but like a lot of my friends shifted like from this time this year to this time this year. This time last year to this time this year. It's a lot different.
Yeah.
A lot different. And
your friend group.
Yeah, my friend group. Like I consider you a friend, my realtor, real estate agent, Donald. A lot of that, man. And like you always say, you're the average of the five people you hang out with the most.
Yep.
So, you know.
If you're hanging out with 5 millionaires, you're eventually going to be the 6th.
Eventually.
If you're hanging around with 5 people that aren't doing nothing in their life, it's going to be very difficult for you to become that first millionaire. But what's the word? It said a rising tide raises all boats. Mm-hmm. So everybody around you trying to win, you're going up with them, 100%. So power of the people you surround yourself with, I talk about it all the time, it's extremely important.
Extremely.
I love it. So looking back, knowing what you know now, would you have done anything differently?
I'm not regretful for what I've done because it made me, put me where I'm at. I definitely would have done a few things different. I would have jumped into real estate a lot sooner if I would have known, like I mentioned before, I didn't know anything about hard money, private money, anything like that. So I definitely would have looked into that instead of, trying to flip a bunch of sneakers to, get to where I'm at. What else?
So what's hard money and private money for the people that don't know what that means?
Hard money, private money is just an asset-based lender that'll lend you money on a deal. That's a really good deal because they know they're protected. Hard money is more institutional money. It's going to cost you more. Private money is like me, him, who has money sitting around, self-directed IRA, cash value life insurance policies, equity in their house, and almost anything you can think of. I mean, they can pull money out of and lend to you.
So you don't need your own money to get into real estate?
No.
It helps.
Oh, for sure.
It's a great tool.
For sure.
But you can raise other people's money to get into real estate. That's how I got in. I didn't flip sneakers and make 260 grand. I raised money from other people. So there's obviously a plethora of ways you can get into the game, but what it all goes back to is having that one desire to better yourself, better your life, and you're gonna figure out a way one way or the other. Like that's what it is at the end of the day.
For sure.
Winners win.
Yeah. Losers stay where they're at.
Yeah, it's that it factor. We don't know what it is, but winners win at the end of the day.
My football coach used to always talk about that, man. Shout out to Brian White, my guy. But, man, he always used to say he has it. I don't know what it is, but he has it. He's on a different level.
I love it, man. What inspires you? Like, what do you see in it like lights a fire?
This isn't supposed to sound like a sob story or anything, but like knowing where I came from, I mean, the reason I wanted financial freedom, my own stuff, is just seeing my single mom work all the time and trying to get to knowing where I came from and not trying to go back there or be there. That's it.
I love it, man. I love it. It's powerful. Goes back to your why too. That's a part of your why.
100%.
Cool, man. So to any, again, young person out there, so you got to be 18 to legally sign contracts.
You can get a partner, but yeah.
100%. You can get a JV partner on it. But to any of the young guys out there, or gals, if somebody's like, all right, I'm going to flip sneakers and then I'm going to get into flipping houses. What's the first step that they take to flipping sneakers? How do you learn about pricing on sneakers? You just go online?
Yeah, so when I was at these shows, I mean, obviously I don't know how much each sneaker is. So, I mean, there's a shoe that I buy all the time, like a Jordan 3, Jordan 12, Jordan 11, Jordan 1. And I have the idea of what the colorways are. But if I really don't know, I look up on my phone and say, okay, it's worth this much. I can pay X amount, this, that, and the third.
So you literally like, all right, it's a blue Jordan 11. Look it up, sell them for 150, bet. Let me offer them 90.
Exactly.
It's that simple.
Yeah. If they're blue, though, they're fake.
So I was looking on his spreadsheet and I went all the way back to his first day, and on the right it was like 2 fake Jordans. I was like, so they got you when you started? He was like, yep, you live and you learn.
For sure. Yeah.
That's awesome. It's just like flipping houses. The only way you learn and get better at something is by taking action. We all fail. We all screw up. He got for sneakers. But guess what? He made a ton of money from learning those lessons. Mm-hmm. That's part of the process. Failure is part of the process. Have you failed?
Oh, for sure.
All the time. I fail every day.
Yeah.
Literally every day. But it's part of the process of success.
For sure.
So I appreciate you being here, brother. I think your story is extremely inspiring. So thank you, bro. If you had like, what's one thing that you like live by on a daily basis? Like, what's one thing you may have heard when you were younger? Like, what's that one thing that if somebody's one thing about you? What would you say? Like, what do you live by?
He's on dropping on me.
Hit the gym too much.
Oh man. Man.
Like mine is time. Time is the most valuable asset in the world. I never want to waste it. So something like that maybe for you.
Never take a play off.
There it is. Never take a play off. What does that mean? Go hard all day, every day.
All day, every day. So when I used to play football, like I mentioned earlier, I mean, we would have our pregame meeting or whatever with our position group, and we'd all, say something inspiring. Every time I was, never take a play off.
Yep.
Don't take a play off.
Yep. I love it, man. Well, where can everybody tap in with you? Where can they find you on social media?
Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram, Solomon Sparks 57. You can go on Austin's following and just type in Solomon Sparks if you don't want to spell it all out, and I'll pop up on there.
SOLOMON.
Wow, bro, I cannot believe you spelled that right.
I thought you were about to say wrong. I was about to feel bad. So at Solomon Sparks 57, make sure you tap in with him. Like I said, incredible story. He's crushing it in the real estate world. You're extremely young. And I can only imagine where life and business is going to take you from here, brother.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you being here, my man.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
What's up, everyone? It's Austin Rutherford here, and I just personally want to say thank you for taking the time to watch my YouTube channel, where we talk business, finance, real estate, and how to elevate your life. On this channel, you'll find everything from mindset to marketing to wholesaling to sales and negotiation to flipping houses to raising private money to rentals to Airbnbs. Everything you need to run your own business, you can find on this channel, so make sure you take a look at it. But if you're one of those people who want to work directly with me and build your own real estate company, make sure you check out thereblueprint.com, thereblueprint.com. What this is it's a training and a duplicate of my business. Every way in my business where we make money right now, you get everything. It's from wholesaling to marketing to raising private money to renovating houses to flipping houses to buying rental properties, and the mindset that allows you to do all those things. An in-depth look at everything inside of my business. And on top of that, you get all the documents that go along with it. You get all the scripts, you get all the templates, you get all the Excel spreadsheets, you get all the contracts, you get all the credibility packets. You get literally everything you need to run your own real estate company. And on top of all that, you get live coaching calls with me. So don't miss out on it. Make sure you check out thereblueprint.com. And again, if you have any suggestions on YouTube content, YouTube videos that you want to hear more about, make sure you drop a comment in the description below. If you have something, let me know so we can get that content out to you as quickly as possible. Again, as always, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all the likes, the comments, the subscriptions, everything. Hope to see you on the next video. Peace.